say, is being reincarnated twice this run, I think. That sounds right. Yes, I believe it's 2. Still have 1 in the bank. Let's head back to regular dungeon, shall we? What's a Death Knight and a Freezing Wraith compared to this nastiness that we're dealing with at the moment? Okay. Don't wake up. You know, you had 1 job. Oh no. Let's try that again. Gosh darn it. The cloud is just not landing where we need it. So, okay, I'm gonna blink out of here. Hopefully Centaur Warrior didn't know where we went. Perfect. Little unlucky there for sure. And D12 is cleared, so there's no problem kiting. Indeed, yeah. Should be able to deal with them. Oh, not. G. Fitted Cloud, I need you to work. Finally. Okay, jeez Louise. Terrifying stuff. Definitely went a little bit smoother at the end there, but ooh. That's quite the group. Ghostly Fireball really sucks. But otherwise, this is not the end of the world. In fact, why don't we try to sneak in a little bit of confusion there. Josephine shouldn't be too much of a problem as long as we can blast her down. Why didn't you get hurt by Ignite Poison? There we go, that's much better. And not too shabby. Even drop down 1 more of these. Ignite it all up. Potentially even just walk away temporarily here. At least so we don't have to deal with the Wraith. The Warg will catch up to us, so I'm trying to just get enough mana for another airstrike. Beautiful, there we go. And then we can even just bring you upstairs with us, my friend. Ideally, you don't hit us because you do have the slow. D12, I also just realized, while being mostly clear, does have its own problems. Most namely, Francis. Our lovely friend. Still kicking somewhere in this level and ready to ruin our day. Yep, there's decent airstrike damage for us, though. Beautiful. And we can just head right back down. Once more into the breach. Okie dokie. Decent odds once again of Centaur Warrior leading this pack, so I'm going to be slightly cautious. There they are. Oh, Snorg. Oh, jeez. And Centaur Warrior. Just 1 at a time, please, if you could be so kind. And Snorg immediately gets absolutely blasted. Not too shabby. That orc, or not that orc, that Centaur Warrior is still a little bit of a concern, bit of a problem for us here. We do have 1 more ID scroll, so let's actually quickly read that. Been pretty close to having a fully identified inventory. And there you are. Oh, and it never ends with our lovely friends here. Fortunately, as long as we can get that 1 bit of confusion off, then we're golden. No problems whatsoever. I'm almost tempted to stop trying to go that route and instead just go straight for poison, because it does seem like 1 poisonous vapors and 1 ignite poison is all it takes to murder a Centaur Warrior. Urug also has no time to throw javelins now. Not quite as confident there, but definitely is a lot better odds of us beating Urug now than there were a bit ago. So definitely is a potential option for moving forward. Oh, thanks for the gift, Sif. I appreciate it. You know what, let's just keep kiting these sons of guns as long as the game will let me do so. Perfect. Should actually wait until I have enough magic for poisonous vapors and ignite poison, just so I can pair them up while poison is still in the prime of its life. Perfect. And now we can definitely just kind of rinse and repeat on these sons of guns. And going just swimmingly. you're a bit more annoying once again. My Wraith friend. Okay, please get enough magic points while they're still out in the open. Beautiful. Not too shabby whatsoever. Again, very lucky that none of these enemies so far have had poison resistance. That's always a pain in the rear, but I will gladly take it. What's a bit of luck? Besides a much needed break for us here. And let's confirm. Okay, I don't know how much safer it was to go with that route. Wasn't too bad. It's definitely not the end of the world by, oh jeez, any stretch of the imagination. Well, Francis, what do we do with you, my friend? You have triple willpower, so it's not like the fear is gonna do much. I could go for the blink escape, I guess. And I think I will. Please don't haste yourself. Perfect, and that gives us time to walk the other direction. Why is Francis scary? So in these situations, it's largely due to double one-shot potential. Even with cold resistance, at our current health there, Throw Icicle could kill us. Iron Shot, 100% could kill us. In one shot, even at full health. So that's not great. So that's why Francis is super scary for our cat here. Plus the fact that they have haste means that if they get that off, we no longer have any kind of escape options at our disposal, which is kind of the one thing we have going for us as a kitty. Do I have Foul Floods? We do not have Foul Floods yet. I don't even think we have any Silence, because we read our only Silence scroll. So unfortunately, not a lot of options for dealing with Francis either. Don't get me wrong, we plan to go down that route at some point in the future, but it'll have to wait for the moment. We do have, right, access to the Silence spell, that's right. It's actually relatively castable. I didn't realize that was air as its secondary school. That's kind of interesting. Okay, do I bother or do I hope you walk away? I mean, 49 damage, we can probably kill you. If we don't, though, we're in trouble. Because you can deal exactly our health right now. Which means we at least have 2 turns, right? Perfect. But there we go. Okay, that's a nice bit of experience for us regardless. Still some nasty enemies somewhere in the level. There's one of them. Maybe that was it. Oh no, there we go. More Wraith friends. More undead buddies. You know, I don't have too much of a care for dealing with that room. Let's just leave those buddies alone. I mean, they're not too bad with poison damage, but if they both roll at us, we potentially are just dead on the spot. So, you know what? Yeah, I've gone back and forth, but I'm gonna make the final decision to leave them alone for the time being. Stormform is at 47%, hey? Susceptible poison-free XP. I wouldn't go as far to say free XP. Again, if they both roll, they kill us. Even if they don't roll and they both hit us, and max roll damage, I'm dead. So that's the rub. It's not bad, and I think we will end up coming back here to release them, don't get me wrong, but I would not go so far as to say free XP. Also, thank you, Fried Eggs, for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. No, I'm gonna just keep on schmoving for now, and we can worry about those sons of guns in the future. There's no real rush to get XP from any given source. Incantation, so I do not forget. Jeez Louise. This is why I hate Centaur Warriors. Do I bother risking anything here? I prefer not to lose my final life, so I think we will, out of desperation, go with the fear and just get the heck out of Dodge. And, you know what, sure, we can annotate here real quick with Boulder, Colorado. We'll see. Hopefully that means something to me in the future. Oh, why did I start to radiate toxic energy? That's not going to do anything against our new friends here. But hey, not the end of the world. Let's just take a couple of you upstairs. Ooh. And that's a bit more manageable, at least. As for you, my friend, still a little bit of a problem child. So we'll just walk the heck away for the time being and see how the airstrikes treat you. Definitely could be better, could be worse. At the end of the day, you're going to end up dead, I believe. I would hope so. Be kind of embarrassing for us to lose that fight after all of that, but fantastic. And wasn't that stairwell? This stairwell, I guess, was where we just made our new headway. Hello, my friends, and there we go. That is much more manageable for me. You know, I was kind of hoping we'd keep you both in a state that was vulnerable to poison, but that's fine. Also, I missed your message, Railbird. Silence deals with noise. If a tree falls in the forest, but you've read a scroll of silence, doesn't make noise. You know, that's the question that still baffles these dungeon crawling philosophers to this day. I always kind of forget that silence also has that side effect as well, though. That makes it interesting for potentially using silence on like stabber builds in the future. Because it is a hex too, which is definitely in the purview of a stabber character, so that's kind of interesting. Might have to find some reasons to explore that in the future. Let's definitely just get the poison flowing on these sons of guns so that we can just do a wee bit of ignite action. Beautiful. It also reduces stealth, so I think does silence in general do that? Because I know that there is the whole like tomb is abnormally quiet, so sound travels further. But if you're silenced on top of you, then you make no sound, right? So it actually increases stealth in that sense? Or does it always reduce stealth? Because that doesn't make a lot of logical sense, you know? Might have to take up issue if that is the case. But okay, you're not fast, my friend, so I am going to just walk away. This will give you one turn to do your worst. 3d14 is too much. Unnatural aura of silence is suspicious and attracts attention. I guess there's something to be said for that. You know, if we were in the forest and there were no birds singing in the trees, that's definitely an indication that something messy's going on. No, that is interesting. I do like that reasoning. Even if it's not exactly ideal for our intents and purposes here. There we go. Let's just run away from that acid drain for now. Reset that fight for another moment. Fantastic. And just one of you, please and thank you. Should be well and truly manageable, even if slightly a pain in the rear. Beautiful. And not too shabby. Imagine if sound suddenly disappeared around you. That's the thing, I can't, because there's always some kind of sound. You know, the beating of your own heart, the blood flooding through your veins. Because that's what I've heard is wild about going into, like, sound suppression rooms. Is that all of a sudden you, like, just can't help but constantly hear your own bodily functions going. So no, exactly. In most circumstances, I can definitely see that argument. Again, the kind of forest example stands out to me. Or outdoors in general, I'm very familiar with the noises of, so I think that's why that jumps out to me. I can't even imagine what the dungeon actually sounds like ambiently, besides, I guess, maybe dripping water. But that's the thing, you'd have to have lived here for a while, which I guess is a fairly safe assumption with most of the denizens of the dungeon. They've probably, you know, been making their living here, know every sound, every creak of the rock around them, and so anything at all stands out abruptly out of place. But you'd not hear those either. But if the enemies can hear those, then we're already in trouble regardless. Unfortunately, we're just kind of in a bad spot, all in all. Oh my gosh, I forgot deep water. That's how I deal with those sons of guns. It's so simple. So that's the thing. If something, a sound that the enemies were used to disappeared, then that would be abnormal and weird. Absence of sound by itself is not necessarily an indication one way or another, right? It doesn't have any real meaning, but again, if you happen to silence that one dripping stalactite that they always have heard throughout their entire life, then that's definitely going to stick out a wee bit. But okie dokie, let's just slowly and painfully have to deal with this son of a gun. Yeah, if you could just stand right there, my friend. Or not, that's cool too. Let me try that one more time. There we go. Perfect. And there's D14. Hey, so we're almost out of dungeon to explore, and I'm not feeling a heck of a lot better about our odds. Definitely need to get out of dodge there, because I in no way, shape, or form want to deal with an angry centaur warrior while other enemies are around. They're enough trouble as is on their own. And you, my friend, I need to just lure out into open space. So those final couple airstrikes do the right amount of damage. Wonderful. Okie dokie, not too bad so far in terms of progress here. D14 Cobalt sounds like out of depth. Right? In a different way than we normally have come to use the phrase. I think that is definitely a fair assessment. It's not exactly their best state of being, and I don't see it going especially well for them. I mean, that's the thing, they have their like older brother there to kind of look over them, but not much recourse once that son of a gun is down and out for the count. Okay, Pyromancer, you're a bit of a pain when we're out of mana, but there we go. Not too shabby. It's not even shapeshifter you thought it was. No, it was there as part of a pack, though. Again, to be completely, you know, fair to the Kobold, they had some recourse for being in such a dangerous zone. Somebody was always watching their back. Not that it did them much good at the end of the day here, as I just indiscriminately murdered them, but... And to be fair, I murdered their protector and then them, so really just sucked the final vestiges of hope directly out from their body. Perfect. Just the way we like it. Okay, let's definitely leave so it's just the Hydra we have to deal with and not the combination of you and a Boulder Beetle. Again, it's great that they're susceptible to poison, but they hit a little too hard for little kitty like myself, so we have to be just slightly cautious for dealing with them. And hello, that's quite the gathering we got going here. Let's definitely blast most of you sons of guns. Boulder Beetle being taken out just in time. Perfect. Again, definitely get the poison flowing on the centaur, and then beautiful, we are good to go. That's a nice chunk of experience for us here. In fact, let's take another peek. Invocations is still going. Hey, Divine Exegesis is down to 4% though. I know it's not at a nice round number, but let's leave it at that for now. And I need to focus down some of our other choices here, some of our other options. So transmutations, yes. Air magic is also going to come back on. And let's get that buddy ramping up just a smidge here, shall we? Murder you with some airstrikes. Wonderful. Ooh, statue form. Don't know if we'll Oh, that route? Jeez Louise. Okay, so Bolt of Magma is potentially a problem. Throw barbs also a problem. More arrows, definitely an issue. So, do we beer scroll here and try and get out dodge? Do we blink and just run away? Or do I dare stand my ground? Probably not the best bet to stand our ground here. I'm also going to do another peak. Stormform 36. So, okay, that's going to start falling fast here. So that's lovely. Dum, hey. I could heal, but it got us down here in one turn, so we just have to kind of luck out and dodge everything. Otherwise, yeah, not killing is a bit too slow, unfortunately. Magma Bolt cheating AI. Yeah, they're just here to make us feel bad and reminisce about the good old days, back when we, too, had access to the supreme power of Magma Bolt. It's honestly just rude to go around waving that Magma Bolt in our face. Very inconsiderate of you, my ogre friend. But I'm going to try and heal once, since I was hoping the ogre would step in front, and they did indeed do so. That at least gets rid of a lot of our problems. In fact, all of our problems. Beautiful. Ooh. Eden is definitely a bit sketchy for this stage in the game, but fortunately, we would have had the speed to just ignore that problem. If it did end up coming into effect, as is, I will just take the free XP. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much. You know, I do not like this room. I've always said this. You know, I also do not like this room. Oh, geez Louise. You think you cast Magma Bolt? You started on its last days, though, so don't remember that well. Was it good? It was pretty good. I mean, it was a really decent amount of damage. It dealt non-elemental damage as well, or at least was able to deal damage even to enemies through fire resistance. And it was piercing, so, you know, it was like the spellcaster equivalent of a javelin. Line up those fellas in a nice hallway and then run with it. Pretty solid stuff. You, my friend, are slow enough that we should be able to just walk away. Fantastic. And I think we are pretty happy with how this floor went. I'm good to explore different avenues in life now. So let's just kill you, my friend. And I think we're going to have to get the heck out of dodge. Do I think I can get enough experience to bring Stormform down to castable? We lost 4% failure rate on that little endeavor, so that's not too bad. Still just a wee bit off from meaningful castability there, unfortunately. So what else could we do? Could bring out like Freezing Cloud temporarily and see if that gets us through. So I'm still scared of the entrance to Swamp. But we could poke into Snake. That was castable enough. 32% Dark Red. See, I'm a full proponent of transmutation spells don't have to be that castable, but I wanted a little bit lower than that. I'm a 20% kind of guy when it comes to transmutation. Still might learn it because we're getting pretty desperate, don't get me wrong. But, for the time being here, let us start by going to Boulder, Colorado. And that should be 1 dead, that's 2 dead, fantastic. As long as they don't get a chance to roll, it's not the end of the world. Then what else do we have ready for us? Arug is still in Orc. Pingu? Oh, you're talking about the ghost. Yes, yes. It always feels weird killing my own ghosts. I kind of want them to just live their own life, you know? You do you. But let's take a look. Was it just Pingu in the vault? The one issue with Pingu is that they are a spellcaster, of course. Fireball is not exactly ideal. We are faster than you, so we can definitely cheese you out and stay out of fireball range. The biggest issue is these first couple moments. But let's start off with some fire resistance. Blink away. Now there we go, that's more like it. And let's put your soul to rest, Pingu. You will be missed. Little bit of experience, but not too much. Then we have Urug up here. Still not feeling great with our odds against Urug. 40 damage. And then javelins, hey. We'll see how she goes. Definitely should be able to just kill you kiddos off pretty straightforward. Nice. And do I want to prep for this at all, or do we just go ham? Let's just go ham. How much health do you have, Urug? 67. You should die pretty dang quick. Wonderful. I do like coming back after we've 100% got ourselves into a good place. Banishment. Okay, only 7%. That's actually better than I thought, but I'm still, just in case, gonna switch over to willpower. Let's not get too fancy with it. Regardless here, just out of sheer caution, you can get blasted, my friend. You will probably just die to poison. Wonderful. And rinse and repeat on those sons of guns. And this is just my life now. Should be a decent chunk of change in terms of experience here, though, so that is exactly what we were looking for. And this is where the entire floor of Work 1 was. Oh my gosh, look at this area just unfolding. Sonya, normally a pain in the butt, not so much when you have poison damage. Oh, and definitely, let's just throw up some clouds for those sons of guns. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. And just wonderful. Not too shabby. At the end of the day here, we'll bring this son of a gun on a little bit of a merry goose chase. In fact, let you catch up to me so you don't end up surprising me on a different corner. And that should do the trick. Beautiful. And we'll see where this entire area being cleared leaves storm form. Oh, what a cute little chessboard. I love that a lot. All these specialized, like, cool little vault areas are always super neat. But let's switch for the cooler chess piece. I'm more of a rook boy than a pawn man. Perfect. And there we go. So where does that leave us? Again, a little bit better. Maybe sub 30? It is sub 30, so I'll learn you Stormform. Extremely dangerous. I don't think it can kill me. But that brings us up to 20 AC, 27 evasion, so that is just wonderful. Definitely looking forward to having that son of a gun fully operational. So let's actually maybe check out Snake, and we'll take a quick peek. While Snake is less than ideal for a poison mage such as ourselves, at least we're a heck of a lot faster than any of these sons of guns, so can hope that that gives us the solution we need. And if I can turn into a Storm before heading down, that's even better. Oh, you know, that was not the key I meant to press, but I'll take it. Anaconda, I believe, is not poison resistant. Or resistant, I should say. That was your first mistake. Beautiful. And then we'll just blast the ever-living crap out of the rest of you. Wonderful. Half decent start to the area here, and as we continue to get more experienced, we'll get closer and closer to having Stormform actually be a decent option for us here. Protection from cold we already have, so I'm happy to just keep running as is.